And welcome back. It's 12 minutes before 9 o'clock, and SiriusXM radio host, nationally known sports analyst, Mark Packer, joining us in the studio here, and we might even talk some sports. Who knows?
I doubt it. Can I say something? I always like coming in early because, number one, I like to be fed, and I've noticed nothing today, which is not
today.
good.
It surprises me.
I'm a little disappointed.
Wait a minute.
Appreciate that, Daryl.
Daryl's got some kettle-cooked original.
Yeah, those aren't bad. I got to admit, those aren't bad.
They really are.
I don't know if the Iron Cowboy's sucking those down, but you know how it goes.
Thank you, Daryl. We appreciate that.
Wesley's going to take your job, by the way. Well, can we give Wesley a shout-out? It's his first day on the gig today.
Yeah,
right?
How about that? Working mornings now, he even looks like he's awake.
Tremendous.
So
Tremendous.
There's the back of his head, if you can see that. Turn around, Wesley.
There's Wesley. Give Wesley some love.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so no food, which is disappointing because I've been moving boxes for the last 2 days.
This
with
is
the wife
closing on your house today.
Well,
closing on selling your house today.
I mean, we're living like gypsies, but we're going to get. That's why those chips are looking pretty good.
Yeah, I saw that tent down at the end there, at Freedom Drive in Moorhead Street.
That's got my name written all over it. Believe me, the way we're going right now. I was going to tell you too that I always like coming in early because everyone being fed. Number two, I always like to see what you guys are talking about because I haven't been watching a whole lot of TV today. But Deidre was here earlier talking about the Wanderlust.
The Wanderlust.
And it's hard to believe that off the air she mentioned her great spots to go to are places like Singapore. She mentioned South Africa and Blowing Rock. That's shocking to you?
No, that's a great place to visit, Blowing Rock.
There she is. Look at her. That's cool.
She's been all over the world, and we're trying to get her to go to Blowing Rock. We know somebody else is going to Blowing Rock for the first time ever this weekend, and I think it's going to be a great trip up there. Go to Blowing Rock, and visit a few of the places.
You know what's great when everybody goes on vacation? You have nothing prepared. I love that.
You are so right about that.
I love that.
Hey, can we talk just a moment about the Hornets draft pick last night? Frank Kaminsky. What about him?
Well, listen, I know Hornet fans are going to be disappointed because, hey, Justice Winslow from Duke was there. You don't know how all this stuff's going to play out, all right? First of all, the Hornets need some outside shooting. This guy's 6'11". He can absolutely load it up from the outside. So that is a good thing. I do worry about athletically. Does he make the transition from playing the college game into the NBA? It's a little different when you're pump faking me out there at the perimeter. It's another thing when you got a 6'11" guy who wants to knock your shot in the third row. But I hope it works out. Kaminsky's got a lot of skill. He's a savvy player. It'll be interesting to see how he makes that transition. But I know Hornet fans are disappointed because Justice Winslow was on the board. Duke, we saw him play a bunch, obviously a national championship as well. So we'll see how it plays out. But before people go, great, hey, this is an awesome pick or a terrible pick, you got to let this stuff play out. You never know.
What about the first pick? Who was that? I can't even think of who that was.
Well, you really haven't.
I haven't. Well, basketball is not my.
Well, I understand. It's all about the Redbirds and the Royals and all the teams lose to the Giants in the postseason. I know how it works. Mr. Towns from Kentucky. That's the third #1 pick for Kentucky, all right? More than anybody in the modern era in the draft.
Really? See, I didn't know that.
And Kentucky put 4 guys in the lottery this year. Last time that happened was Kentucky again back in 2012. And while we sit here and brag about Kentucky, it's Duke that's putting up the banner there in Durham. So you never know how all this stuff
All right,
out.
you could be featured on GQ magazine any day of the week, right?
No, me and the Iron Cowboy. Got the same regiment. It's just, not everybody can fit into this suit without doing the Iron Cowboy.
Are we going to see you wearing that new Hornets jersey that they unveiled last night? Have you seen it? Take a look at this. It's got sleeves on it. They're going to be playing in this.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's horrific. I do. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's horrific. But let me tell you something.
Well, Michael K. Gilchrist, he looks good. He could be on the cover of GQ magazine.
He could pull it off. I will just say this. All of that stuff is not designed for old people like us. Every time somebody comes out with a new uniform, whether it be college football, whether it be the Hornets, whatever, people go, man, the old guys go, man, that stinks. Go back to what it is. The young kids are like, man, that's cool. That's hip. Let me get one of those things. I don't want to be caught dead in that. But that's probably a good thing.
Give me that 2XL T-shirt that's got something written on it. That'll be good enough for me.
We're out there mowing the grass, man. You know how that goes. Only Cam Newton, the guys, can pull that stuff off.
Pac-Man, it's always good to see you, and sometimes when we get around to talking sports, it's always interesting.
Maybe next week we'll pull that off.
We'll see, and Christine will be back too.
Fast and